And good morning. Our show today is brought to you by Recon Tex in Springfield. That's Recon Tex, your one-stop vehicle reconditioning center. Recon Tex. It's Recon Tex of Springfield. They can detail your car and make it better than when it was new. How about that? Recon Tex will give you a coating, a tsunami coating that will have your car it won't need a wax for the life of the coating. Put a coating on your car, like a 3, 5, 7-year coating. The life of the coating, you won't need to wax your car. Just take it through a car wash and you're fine. I feel like I have to sneeze.
Oh, he's gonna blow.
Oh, nothing's coming out there. It's Recon Tex. Call 217-670-1132. Let them detail, coat, get your car looking great, and get it ready for, well, I guess fall's next, right?
Sure is.
But there's still summer left, so, you know.
Unfortunately.
And Just Beds at 3120 Montvale Drive. Just Beds has your bed. They're just waiting for you. Come on by. Take a look at the great collection of mattresses they have. They have so many different mattresses to choose from. Go on in there, lay on your mattress, determine the one you want, pay for it, and go home. You don't have to carry a mattress on top of your car like some hillbilly. No, just go home. They will deliver it. They deliver the mattresses. How about that? They deliver them and get them look and bring it into your house, and they'll set up the bed. They'll set it up. They even take your old bed with them. How about that? They even take the old bed with them to make sure that you don't have a dirty old bed in your house. In fact, if your bed is too dirty, if the bed is soiled or really embarrassingly, taken care of, they will just throw it in they'll drive by Steve's house and they'll just throw it in front of his and throw it in his yard. There you go. There's Steve's backyard, everybody, with all his mattresses. That's what they do at Just Beds. Just Beds located at 3120 Montvale Drive in Springfield. Go by today and get yourself a new bed. It's Just Beds, 3120 Montvale Drive in Springfield. We are the Morning Disaster, and welcome, everyone. My name is Ray Lytle. That's Christina. She's the morning.
Good morning.
And there is the disaster right there.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on? What's going on, Steve? What's happening? What's the latest with Steve?
Wow. Not much. Not much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much, huh?
Not much. Let me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say last night, I want to apologize to the gentleman on the concession stand, or the concession stand.
You mean the concession stand? It's not concession stand.
About my unprofessionalism as a professional actor on their show. I totally forgot that I was watching the show before the link was sent to me. And then when I joined the show, I go, what the fuck? I was hearing voices and Ray was talking and Tom was talking and I was talking.
And you were saying, and then you started saying that there's something wrong with our broadcast.
Who is that echo? Where's that echo?
Something wrong with it, all right.
The best thing, he was saying that it was us. He goes, what are you guys doing? I said, we're not doing anything. He goes, you've got an echo coming through. And I said, we don't have an echo coming through. And he says, yes, you do. You got an echo coming through. It's your fault, whatever you're doing. All right. And of course, I told him that's untrue. I said, that's untrue. There is no echo coming through our broadcast. Would you like to go ahead, Steve, and then continue your story?
Well, I mean, I have to take
after you were accusing Tom and I of being unprofessional broadcasters.
Well,
Then
no,
what did you
no,
find out?
no, I would never do that. I would never do that. I wish Tom would move a little
Lies.
closer, because his signals it's a little bit shoddy sometimes, But it's totally fine, Tom. I get it. I moved closer too. I lived over in Orienta. Yeah, I moved closer so I could be closer, so my professionalism will bleed through.
Being closer has nothing to do with it. We're connected over internet. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Nice try, Steve.
Yeah. Well, it has to go. The signal has to travel further.
No, it doesn't. No, I could put someone up from China and they'd be just fine. Yeah. It's internet. It's all connected. So you think your signal got better when you moved from Orienta to? You want to know why your signal got better? You had better internet.
Exactly. Yeah.
You could have had that just as good as internet living in Decatur.
That's true.
Or you could have been living in St. Louis and had just as good internet. Exactly. Or Chicago or anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tom's mom just needs to get better internet for him.
But I didn't know Tom. So you're saying Tom was the problem?
No, goddamn.
Okay.
I'm getting that part of the story.
Uh-huh.
The problem is I made a slight unprofessional error.
You're saying that you made an error? Oh my God. All right.
Yes.
Not Stephen Blaine. He never
I made a small error and I forgot to close out something, and then I joined the show, and then
I gotta see what you forgot to close out, because it must have been something that you didn't think of that would cause this. It must have been some kind of
I was watching your show.
Yeah. Huh. So it must have been something that you weren't thinking of. Would you like
to be quite honest with you, with the exception of the slight interruption, I was almost got excited, and the problem was I could have given a better report but I was hearing so many fucking voices in my head, I couldn't. It was so weird.
Right. So you're saying you are telling us that you kept hearing voices, you kept hearing things in your headphones, and you couldn't figure out why.
Yep.
And
at first I thought it was my phone.
You were watching the show, and then you decided to start broadcasting after watching the show. Have you figured this out yet, Christina? Because
don't even let her. She can't even figure out to lift the fucking chute up on the mower to keep it fucking running.
Kiss my ass, Steve.
She has to call Dan.
But I'm smart enough to complain to somebody that knew how to figure it out.
I'm just wondering if everybody has figured out what Steve had going wrong. Because I'm sure everyone has.
Kind of obvious.
Good Lord. Would you like to anything, Steve? Did anything hitting you?
Oh, Jason brought the new TV over.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
You were watching the show, and then you went to broadcasting the show, and when you started broadcasting it, you were hearing weird things, and everything sounded like an echo. And because of that, you couldn't describe one thing about that show.
No, I couldn't.
You're the expert of. The thing you're the expert of, you once again failed. You once again failed to describe this thing you're an expert on.
Because when I realized I couldn't figure out what it was, I had to literally watch to see you or Tom, which one of you was speaking when you stopped speaking. But then I would start speaking, and then I would hear Ray say the question again, and I'd hear Tom say the question again, and then I'd hear the question I started to say again. And I go, who the fuck is talking?
Oh my God.
And I thought, son of a bitch,
yeah.
you know?
Uh-huh. Boy, you are really something. You are really, really something. So let me get this right. You forgot to turn off the broadcast that you were listening to, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. That's what. Yeah. So you were hearing yourself over and over and over again, and
Right, exactly.
that's our Steve. That's our Stevenator.
And then I
Poor
realized it
Steve.
after the show was over. That's why. It's me.
So the problem was who was the problem, Steve?
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he always
I mean,
the problem?
Yeah, of course.
And nobody's perfect.
Oh,
Nobody's
you got that
perfect.
right.
You're
Nobody's
right.
perfect. Nobody's
They're-
perfect. We've
They're
all
not.
determined that.
Sometimes, sometimes, we're not getting any younger.
Yeah, we're
You know.
not.
I know I'm getting older. That's for sure.
You are something else. You couldn't figure out that you left the show on that you were watching. Boy, you are something else. That's all right. I can't find a pair of glasses. I have.
Really?
Oh my God, no. Thanks, Big D. Thanks. Son of a...
You man,
We didn't even have to ask for it today.
Oh God.
He immediately went to titty cam without even people asking it.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Let's get to the chat room, see what our listeners are up to. Oh my God. Oh. Karen says, "Good morning, all." She's very tired this morning.
Good
Oh,
morning.
we got those two.
Holly
little
says,
kitties.
"Good morning, all you beautiful people."
Oh. Thanks.
TJ
You
asked,
been gardening?
"Is Steve already high?"
Well, that's a dumb question.
Yeah, I can tell you that. The answer to that was yes, of course. He was high
What?
before the
Like,
show
you
started.
have to ask.
Okay, I want to get this right now because
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say this wrong because somebody's going to say this. That's not what that's about. This is no. We don't get high anymore.
Uh-huh.
We're gardeners and we're gardening.
You're
That's what they
gardening.
call it now. It's not getting stoned, or getting high. You're gardening,
So
and we're gardeners.
did you wake up in the garden or what?
You bet. I've been gardening since 6 o'clock.
Oh,
I want to make sure I got out there and got that garden good and plowed.
Yeah.
I feel like I had a skunk in the garden last night.
I'm sure you did.
It wasn't me.
Diane says, "Good morning."
Good morning.
Oh my God.
Facebook's
Holly
always
says,
open
"That's
on
the best I've heard this morning." Tom, move closer so you'll have a better signal. TJ says, "It sounds like Steve's already complaining about Tom." Steve loves to complain about Tom. He was complaining this week about how, you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, next week I have surgery. I have surgery Monday. So there is a slight chance that I'll be gone. They said that it could take up to 3 days
Oh,
for my recovery.
Mhm.
So there could be 3 days where Steve has to, it could be 3 days where Steve has to be with Christina doing the show.
you been gardening, Big D?
Good morning, Jen. And Steve goes, "Christina and I'll be fine. We don't need that MF and Tom to make any appearances." He started complaining. I said, No one even brought up Tom.
No.
No one even brought him up. And Steve was like, we don't need that MFer to have anything to do with it. He started complaining about Tom right from the start. Yeah. Oh, boy. Anyway, so I'm sorry you were gardening. But I used to have everybody. I had 3 pairs of glasses. This is my normal pair of glasses. All right. But then I have old glasses that I do the show with because I could read the chat room better with the older glasses.
Oh.
And I had a pair of old glasses here and in the living room. But I wore my old pair of glasses into this office the other day. And then I switched into my show glasses. And then I ended up, I don't know what I did, but somehow. And yesterday I was trying to do something on my computer and I asked Christina, I said, can you go to my office and get my computer glasses? So she came in here and got them. And I figured there must be 2 pair of glasses in my studio. That's what I figured.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came in this morning and obviously there must have just been one because I can't find any glasses to wear. Except my normal glasses, which don't work as well.
I only saw the 1 pair that I grabbed. So
I don't know what I did. I must have been confused with something because I cannot find another pair. Maybe they fell to the garbage can and it was accidentally emptied out or something. I don't know.
oh,
What
God, I
glasses
hope
did
not,
you-
because I took the trash out yesterday.
Oh.
I don't know.
What glasses did you wear for concession stand?
I had Christina grab me the glasses that I
Oh.
usually wear in here.
Those are the ones you're using?
Yeah. Yeah. And Jason says, sorry for delivering the TV during your Heartland time. Yes.
Well, you didn't interrupt because I didn't even know you was here yet. Bucky's already standing at the door. And you didn't interrupt. It was bad.
It was what?
I couldn't talk. I couldn't.
I just read what DC said. Steve's titties are almost perfect.
Yeah, that's what
That's what
invoked
led
the
Titty Camp was his
Yep.
comment.
Yep.
Yep. So Big D is still sanding and painting.
Oh,
Damn, yeah, he's
He
still
got
at it.
skinny, and that's all he does is work on the house.
Well, that's good
Yeah,
though.
he's got more
obviously
energy
He's
and-
wanted that work done.
He's able to do it now. So
He's
yeah.
saving money doing it himself.
Oh yeah.
It costs a lot of money if you had that house professionally painted.
Yeah.
Yep. DA says having multiple pairs of glasses sounds like a problem for old people. Well, I'm an old person. Yeah. Big D says is putting the second coat of paint on the back entryway later.
Oh.
Ooh, that just sounds dirty.
Yeah, it does.
That just sounds dirty. I don't even know.
Oh, second coat? Wow.
Holly says
First
she
coat
wishes her
clean?
husband would work on his house.
Oh, I bet she would.
So you're wishing Big D was your hubby? Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure
Lord.
he can make that.
Yep.
I'm sure he can give you about 20 minutes or so. Where your fantasy could be fulfilled. Mm-hmm. Big D is going to talk to the rental company next week to rent the lift so he can do the roof fixes and finish painting the soffits. Look at him.
Oh boy.
Too bad I have to walk with a walker, Big D, because I could probably get you a lift pretty cheap. But I can't climb lifts no more. I used to drive one all the time at factory. We had one.
You know how to drive a lift?
Yeah. I know.
Dance is doing all the work yourself gives you such a sense of accomplishment. Just ask Ray, who
Yeah.
grows his own cantaloupe and watermelon. You're damn right. I do feel a sense of accomplishment.
I bet you do.
Yeah. Yep.
Good Lord.
Dan says, use a grinder with a flap disc for big things like doors. Look at that.
Oh yeah, flap discs. Yes, it flaps in there. Yeah, flexes.
Karen says Steve has a degree in lift driving.
No, but
He's
I
a
had to take a
professional.
class.
Oh, you know,
I did.
how did you take a class on lift driving?
Well, when I worked at the factory, I had to. When they bought the lift, we had to go to a day class on the safeties and everything. You got, I was a maintenance engineer.
What?
Yes, I was. And
What
that's actually,
factory? Do you remember him ever saying he worked at a factory before? What factory did you work at?
I worked at. Well, I started at.
I can hardly wait to see how he lost this job.
Oh, you know he stole. He stole
You
something.
haven't even told us what it is yet. I'm waiting for himself like fire.
I started as a temp
Uh-huh.
and at Illini Technology.
Yeah.
And that was just because I wasn't making enough fucking money when I first got married because I wanted a whole lot of nice stuff.
Yeah.
And so I had to get a better job. And so I worked at Illini,
Yeah.
small electronics corporation. They make stuff for like sprayers, agricultural sprayers. They do what they call wiring harnesses and stuff, all of that. Okay. That company got bought out by Phoenix International out of Fargo, North Dakota. Okay. And I was started out just as a peon. I started out on what they call the wave assembly line. We assembled the computer boards and then they got fed into a solder wave and they went across and they were soldered and they were tested and all of that. Actually, I worked with Jason Kluge's mother-in-law, Ada. Yeah.
I'm already falling asleep here in this. How can you work it? I can't even hear a description of that job without falling asleep. How could you work that job?
Oh, I'm not done yet. I graduated. I didn't graduate. I bid on a job. It was a maintenance engineer job. I thought, I'm gonna bid. And I knew the guy that was going to hire. We went through the whole thing, and he gave me the job. I thought, fuck, dude, I said, I don't have any experience with these because it was working on lots of machinery and shit you had to work on, and dies and different stuff you had to change. Like, I don't know anything about that shit. He said, hey, listen, Steve. He says, a nut's a nut, a bolt's a bolt, no matter what it is or where it is. They're all the same thing. You just have to learn.
A nut's a nut, a bolt's a bolt. That does sound accurate. Yeah.
So I got to become this big dog. There was only one guy in the whole factory that was a maintenance engineer. Basically, it was just a janitor. Really, I made sure the tampon dispensers were filled and the bathrooms were clean.
The important aspect of your job was making sure the tampon dispensers were filled. Oh.
That was one of the jobs. One of my jobs. And then they got bought out by John Deere. Oh, wow. Me.
So it was bought out twice when you worked there?
Yeah, and bought out by John Deere. John Deere bought Phoenix International. Woo! Fuck yeah. They built a great big facility. That was there's not much more out there now. That was right out by Meadow Cream. They paid they got the city of Springfield to give them a big cut, and they fucking backed out. And they fucked the city of Springfield over. And there's a building sat out there, whatever. But they built this big, huge $3 million facility out there because they had to have an anti-static floor, a special floor and shit. But then I was like the top dog. I was the maintenance dude. What's a fucking brand new building? How much maintenance can you have on a brand new fucking building?
Yeah, well, that's true. It sounds like a good move by you actually to get there in a brand new building and how much maintenance.
It was great until the wintertime because they ran copper pipes along outside walls with no insulation. So every time I got freezing, the fucking power pipes were breaking.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Steve, come to the wire. Please bring a bucket. Steve, come to the wave. Please bring towels. If I was spending all my time fucking. Then I told him, I went to the boss, I said, I gotta have help. I said, I can't keep up with all the machines. And so they hired another dude. He didn't know anything about anything. And then I got fired from that job.
All right. So here we go. Let me just go to the question. Cindy says, Steve, what did you steal from this place? All right. So let's jump ahead to how did you get fired? How did you get fired from this place? Because it sure sounds to us like you had. It sounds to us like you had the run of the, like there's no way you could have got fired from this place.
Right.
I would like to plead the fifth on the count. The question that was just read. And
the only thing I'm thinking is you must have stolen something in order to get fired from this place, or you must have done something.
He did something.
If you were that needed, you must have done something horrible for them to want you to leave.
No, Jason is Jason's mother-in-law. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. They aren't even in business anymore. So. But I might have borrowed some tools at some point in time.
You borrowed some tools.
So you're saying Cindy,
when they made me a maintenance mechanic,
Cindy hit it right on the head with what you did. So you stole something.
But that's not actually why I got fired. That wasn't in my firing paper. What happened? I had me and what was his name? Mitch. Yeah. He didn't know anything, but we walked around all day long, and basically, oh, Steve, the sanitary napkins are low in the women's bathroom on the east side. Okay, I get it. Okay. Well, then they started having problems and this and that. And then they always wanted me to climb up on this fucking really tall fucking ladder. This really fucking tall ladder. Because it's really tall. I mean, it was like 20 feet up in the fucking air. And I don't remember what I did or something, but I had to go to the doctor for something, and I came back. And when I gave them my doctor's slip, I might have fudged on my doctor's slip.
Stephen,
what did you fudge on the doctor's slip?
I might have fudged something about, I don't know, cannot lift more than 5 pounds or cannot climb more than 10 feet.
Did you add it yourself? Did you add it yourself to the doctor's slip?
Yes, I did.
In your handwriting?
Oh my God. I believe so, because I remember the HR dude saying, Steve, did you change this? And I'm like, I'm sitting in the fucking president's office.
You use your chicken scratch handwriting to write on cannot lift more than 10 pounds.
Do what?
Did you use your chicken scratch handwriting to put cannot lift more than 10 pounds?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it was something like that. I have to, can't climb ladders or something like that. Because I always wanted me to climb a fucking ladder, and I didn't feel comfortable climbing that fucking ladder. That was still big, but I was very agile. I mean, I could get down on the floor and get off the floor because I had to do it a lot. But, I didn't like doing it. But yeah.
It was the HR guy who called you into a meeting and said,
well, I had an HR and the...
did you add this to this list?
Yeah, and the president of the company, I had to go in his office and fuck,
did you know you were busted when he called you out on it? Did you know you were busted?
Well, that was the first thing they asked me about. Then he had some ceiling tiles in his office that had some stains from the leaking water. And he's like, well, look at this. This has been like this for 3 months. I said, well, dude, if you don't fill out a work order, I'm always told to do what I was told to only do work when the work order comes across my boss's desk. It has to come to my desk, and I had a desk. I had a computer and everything.
Oh wow.
I was right up there with the supervisors.
I bet he watched porn on that computer, something like that.
And he's like, "You are the frickin' frack of the fucking company. You guys are the most worthless. You can consider yourself fired right now." But my wife worked there too. We rode together. Like,
So your boss said you can consider yourself fired right now?
oh yeah, they will escort you out the building. I said, "Where the fuck am I gonna go? Carla's still here. I gotta wait till fucking 5 o'clock. This is like 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't care what you do, but you're not
fired at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, that's the first thing. I saw they're walking me out the door, and I go tell my wife, so I just got fired. I'll be out in the car. I can't stay in the building. I have to clock out right now and leave the building.
Why did you get fired for faking a list for faking a doctor's report or for never cleaning
I think it was a little bit of both, because I will admit I might have slacked a little bit on my duties. I might have spent a lot of time sitting.
Did they make it clear? Did they make it clear which thing you were being fired over? Or?
No, I used to have the papers. Oh yeah, they don't have to be done, because I was a John Deere employee then, so it had to come down. I think a lot of people, because they put my office was like the receiving area for maintenance, so I didn't have any walls. So I just kind of had to build walls with what I thought people would think was cool, a lot of books and stuff like that, because they think I reading or catalogs, Oh, I gotta look that part up. Just a minute. Yeah. Then they got me a fucking computer. Food dog.
Yeah. But Steve, I'm wondering, did they fire you for? I mean, we've just been listening to your story.
I'm sorry.
And we found 7 things that were you fired for stealing?
No, not stealing was no. They never knew I stole anything.
So when you had to go to the doctor, you wrote on the doctor's.
I think that was the first red flag for them. And then I think there had been some other supervisors complain that the maintenance in their area wasn't getting done to the proper time. He wasn't. Because we were supposed to, like, every what they call workstation that people sat at were supposed to be anti-static free, and we were supposed to go around with a meter all the time and check the outlets on it, to make sure. I didn't even understand how to read a fucking electrical meter, but
God forbid you find out.
Right?
Well, they even sent me to a class on it.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
Oh, they were big time. They put a lot of money into me.
Did you learn anything when they send you to class? Did you take notes or anything? Did you?
Oh no, I didn't take fucking notes.
Did you comprehend anything?
God forbid.
I can say this. I still remember to the day. The instructor walked in, and the first thing he says, there were about 10 of us or something. It was just like a seminar type of deal. He said, "How many of you have been shocked by electricity?" Well, fuck, everybody raises their hand. He said, "Well, congratulations, you're still alive." And then they go into all about that. But that's all I remember. That was all I remember for that class.
The entire class, all you remember was raising your hand to say, yes, you were shocked by electricity. Well,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you were fired because people's offices were so dirty?
Well, the maintenance wasn't being done on the building to their specifications. It was a big fucking building. And they didn't have one guy, they had 2 floors. I guess the guys that all the engineers up on the second floor are bitching because there's a whole bunch of shit. Everybody had cubicles. We had all this cubicle parts and all this bullshit. And we had an attic where they would bring these parts, and I was supposed to stack them neatly and catalog them. And so we would know exactly what we had.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't do it. I just threw this shit in the fucking corner.
I don't know.
And then they came up, Steve, who did it? I said, then those bitches come up there and run around shit, and they throw everything everywhere. And they want me to go back and fix it.
So the general manager of the plant had a bunch of rust spots and stuff on his ceilings, his ceiling. And he yelled at you for it, and you yelled back at him. Well, who'd you return it into? Who'd you report it to?
Well, I didn't yell back. I was told that only to do the jobs that work orders that go through Hurley, who was my boss, who was drunk every day. They said he had an inner ear problem. Bullshit. He was fucking drunk every day. That's why he walked staggered all the time.
So did you call him out for drinking?
No, I would never do that to Hurley. Hurley was a cool boss. He just told me, he says, I told him, Hurley, man, I don't know if I can do this job. He says, just do what you can. Don't be a rush. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Well, that's how maintenance works. You don't be in a rush. Just do what you can. Yeah. Oh boy. So you were fired because of,
they said I was lazy.
Yeah. But it wasn't specifically the stealing or fraudulent doctor's notes. Eventually it was the lazy. So whatever it was, when they fired you, you went, well, yeah. So you didn't fight it at all. You just accepted it. And did they give you?
When he asked me, they called it when it was fictitious. Fictionally documenting the documentation. Fictionally.
So you fictitiously
altered a legal document.
Fictitiously altered a
legal document because it came from the doctor's office. That's exactly right.
Did they give you, when they fired you, did they give you anything or?
Fucking booting ass. I made sure when I left, I got my toolbox. That's for damn sure. They bought that son of a bitch.
But I mean, did they give you any severance or anything?
No.
Oh.
They said goodbye.
They just said you're gone. Get out of here.
Well, I think they were getting ready to close down. I mean, then they got ready to shut that plant down because then that's when my wife, she got a severance when they let her go. She stuck it out. She liked working there. But
you said you kept the toolbox that they bought for you.
Yeah.
Tool bag.
Then you gave me all your tools and your toolboxes. No. Am I now in possession of stolen property?
No. Okay. Those tools were long gone. I sold those a long time.
You already sold those tools?
Yeah. He just got most of the tools from Duco and stuff. That were Harbor Freight tools.
He is in possession of all these stolen tools. Oh my God!
I bought the toolbox. I was there. I think, hey, my mom might have. I don't know. He just got a bunch of odds. Well, when I went to Kansas City after the fire to get my tools, the fucking toolbox I had, I couldn't pick up. And no one was going to help me, so I just grabbed what tools I could and throw them in the bucket. And I had it in the bucket for a long, long time. Then I got a toolbox, get that toolbox. Then I moved that toolbox over here. And I thought, what the fuck did I got that toolbox for? I don't use a fucking tool in it.
No, you are.
And then so I thought, I told her, I said, give it to fucking Dan. It's got a few nice tools in it. But then Dan turns around, he cleans out my truck, and he gives me a bunch of fucking tools. He goes, guess what, Dan? Some of those tools are coming back to you. I don't, and that fucking big nice clamp. Where the fuck did I buy that? Well, I didn't steal that. I know that. I bought that. But where the fuck?
Well, you are really something. You just threw tools in the back of your truck?
Yeah.
Why didn't you take care of them a little better? I mean,
I used
I'm
to.
not someone who
Too
has it.
lazy.
I've
used
never
to.
had a toolbox.
Oh shit!
I've
I
never
had
had
tool
one. I
box.
couldn't tell you anything about tools. I know my brother Rob, he loved tools. Oh my.
Oh yeah,
He
I used to love
loved,
it.
he loved tools. He loved getting tools that he didn't have before.
I love tools too.
Yeah, he
Oh
just
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying
I like to make tools. What are you doing? I'm making a tool. I got tools to fix tools.
he
I
loved
used
my
to.
brother loved to get tools that he didn't have.
Oh yeah.
Tools that were succinct to like an that were succinct to different types of jobs and stuff. He just loved them. Like once I got him an Ethernet splicer tool, and he was like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" And I said, "Well, this is what people who work for cable companies." And I said, "Here, it's for you." I can
yeah.
have this. I'm like, oh shit! He loved to get tools that were specific to different occupations. He's like, "Do you have any radio, some kind of meters?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Could you ask your engineer?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "It's something that your radio engineer would have." I said,
Oh yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'll ask him." I never asked the radio. I never, because I didn't even know what my brother was talking about. It was something to read some meters or something. He loved tools that people couldn't get normally. He loved
Oh
tools
yeah.
but I
Yeah.
once got him this Ethernet slicer thing from a
yeah.
guy who worked at a cable company. My brother was so happy that he had this tool. Regular people can't get this tool. He was so excited. I've never had that fascination with tools, but
No, but you've never been that mechanically inclined. Though.
yeah, because I don't know how to use any tool.
Right. Yeah. My brother the same way. He couldn't fucking tell you the flathead from a fucking Phillips head.
Holly says
Wow.
Travis bought her a mini chainsaw, weed whacker, leaf blower, hedge trimmers, all kinds of stuff.
Oh.
Well, it sounds to me like he was just bringing the stuff so he wouldn't have to do the yard. That sounds like a pretty smart move by Travis, I think.
And did you really buy him, or did
Exactly.
you just get him on pawn?
Well, listen,
Doesn't matter. He still bought him because I'm sure he paid for him.
I got my
Like-
wife. I got my wife good vacuum cleaner. I got her. I got
I got a good vacuum cleaner.
I got her good vacuum
me?
cleaner.
No, it's my vacuum cleaner. Well, if I have a guy, you can have it.
Have you
I
used
got her
it
all
once?
kinds of good stuff. Thought she keeps my house clean. My wife's coming home today.
Oh Lord.
She was supposed to come home earlier this week, but then had to extend it. But my wife comes. By the way, this is I want to make this. What do you say, Steve? I want to make this known now. What do you say? I want to make this here now, or what the hell?
I want to say this right here, right now.
I want to say this right
Oh.
here and right now.
Right.
My wife is coming home today. However,
Oh.
I don't know if her flight's going to be delayed or not. So if her flight is delayed, I just want to let you guys know, like this is the night we have the syndicated, or not the syndicated, but we have the subscriber show at 6 p.m. We have the subscriber show at 6 p.m. If my wife gets in when she's supposed to get in, I will pick her up and come straight home, of which I will get home right around 5:45, 5:50, and I will be able to jump on the show as soon as I get home. You know what I mean? But if she's delayed, I just want to make sure that you guys are ready in case there's a delay. So I just want to let you guys know to start the show, and I will join as soon as I get here. All right.
That's why don't you just move it to 7
Yeah.
o'clock?
Because I said we want to start at the time we usually go. What is your big deal?
Hey, no big deal with me. I got a busy fucking day ahead of me.
What?
Oh, what are you doing?
I gotta figure out this goddamn fucking TV. Somebody had to fucking buy me. Now I don't think I can fucking watch this fucking goddamn fucking Roku. I can't fucking get in my fucking Peacock. And now they all, well, we need to know your fucking password. We need to know. So now I gotta go through and fucking email them all, and I gotta rechange my fucking password.
Didn't you write down your passwords?
Was that a complaint?
Yes,
I
of
think that
course
was
he's
a complaint.
complaining. What? Didn't you write down your password or your usernames and passwords for any of your?
The only one I wrote down
This is Steve
is
you're
actually-
talking about.
Let's just stop.
All right.
The only one I wrote down was the one when you told me, here's you can watch my Hulu, but get your own whatever. That's what I wrote down. See, when I went to Hulu, I thought, okay, cool. So I type in my email address and the thing that I saved when I got to the Hulu, you know, and it says, we do not recognize it. So I thought, well, yeah, but
Why would you type your email address in with my account? What a dumbass.
I wasn't, goddamn, I wasn't thinking yesterday. Why would that be on a fucking
When
show?
does he ever think?
Why would I be on a show and think, well, who the fuck is echoing and pissing myself off? I didn't realize it's me.
So
I'm like, who is an unprofessional bastard that
how
won't
long
turn
did
off
it
his
take you to
fucking mic?
realize it's my email address?
I know. I realized that after I did. Oh, fuck. This regular, I just said this so because he's going to, don't you dare watch on my fucking Hulu. Stay off. I don't want to watch your fucking stupid ass Sons of Anarchy or
the first time when you said, I can't afford Hulu, I can't afford Disney, whatever, I said, well, let me give you I pay for it, so I'll give you my account. And then you logged on and you started watching it under the username Ray.
Yeah.
And so all your shitty shows that you watched got confused with my
wonderful shows.
Hulu. So all the good shows I was watching, it got thrown off my algorithm. And then all the stupid shows you were watching was somehow, so the suggestions from Hulu were shit because it thought I was you. That's why I yelled at you. I thought that you knew to log on and create your own account. I just figured that's like when Jason told me I could use his Paramount. The first thing I did was create a Ray account so my shows didn't intermingle with his to throw off his algorithm. The first thing I did was create my own account or create my own username.
I'm not that fucking smart. I don't even know what the
No,
fuck
you're not. You're obviously not. Because I was getting shows about popping zits and cooking food and all kinds of ridiculous stuff. Had nothing to do with the shows I was watching. God. You are really something. You said you pay. I thought you told us you pay for all your channels anyway. Do you not know your
the Hulu? Yeah.
Do you not know your passwords and
know
usernames for the channels you pay for?
Nope. I gotta go through it now. I gotta go through and they say, did you forget your password? Yes. And then they're gonna have to first I gotta clean out all my fucking emails. So I won't end up with 487,000 fucking emails and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it all set up. It was fine. I mean, I watched TV last night. I had what I had what I called my evening with my parents. We watched Age is Enough. Oh, it was so much fun. It took me back to the day we used to sit around the TV and watch Age is Enough. Dick Van Patten and Grant Goodeve and all those guys. It's such a wonderful family show.
No, I'd never watch that show. What a stupid show that was. About parents who didn't have any control. For God's sakes, stop having so many children.
But
I had 6 kids in my family, and it was too many. Why would I want to watch a show with more? Oh.
I will have to say, I honestly, except for size-wise, picture-wise, I can't tell the difference. Really.
Thank you. So there is something nice because all I've heard you do is complain about the TV.
Well, it's much easier to navigate through. And I only have one remote now. I don't, it's very loud. If I want to turn it up, I could probably hear it if I want, but I don't want to disturb other people. So I just keep it turned down and use the closed captioning.
Did you hook your PlayStation up to it?
Yeah, I'll be playing some games this afternoon, and Jason did. But Jason hooked it up. I knew I was going to have a fucking problem with all these because even before I even knew it was coming, I went to all my streamers that I had to see which ones I was paying for because I was hoping I could manage my account, but you can't. The only thing you can do is shut off the auto pay or not. So I fuck. So I know to do this one. I need this one.
So did you what do you have now? Let's go over your list. Let's go over the list of things that you have. Do you have Netflix?
Yes.
And are you paying for your own account or are you using someone's Netflix?
I'm paying for my own. They take the money out. I get out. So.
Okay, so you have your own Netflix.
Yep.
What about Amazon Prime? Prime Video is pretty good.
I pay for that.
You pay Amazon Prime.
Yep.
And I'm sure you know the username and password for that.
Of course I do.
All right. What about Disney?
No, I don't have Disney.
I guess you have the Disney. Well, on my Hulu.
That was weird, but because when you said that, I didn't get Disney. I just got Hulu. I couldn't get Disney.
Well, if you put that same information into Disney, it would give you would give you a Disney a combo Disney Hulu app.
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah. Hulu and Disney are the same. It's the same. Like I don't even use my Hulu app anymore. I just watch everything on Disney.
Right.
All right. You know what I mean? What about? Do you have a Paramount Plus?
No, I have to get that back. But
do you have a Peacock?
Yes. I pay for that.
And put your username.
Yeah. I get them all figured out.
All right. I just want to make sure which ones you had.
I just didn't fuck with it last night. I watched. Like I said, I watched a Roku channel. Fuck, there's 500 fucking stations on it. Necessarily 100% current, but fuck, I got to download my Pluto, so I can keep up on my Heartland and my Hell's Kitchen. Those are free. But I'm good.
Isn't there a bunch of commercials in Pluto?
And not a bunch. There's usually about 30 seconds every 10 minutes.
Oh, I'd rather eat vomit than watch.
And sometimes Pluto gets stuck, has to be in between shows, and it'll go to a little screensaver for like 25 minutes. You're like, fuck, you gonna start another movie or what? God damn. But that's where I keep up on Hell's Kitchen. I also have the fucking Monster Jam network. It's all Monster Jam. Favorite Monster Jam.
What's Monster Jam?
Monster trucks in the mud.
That sounds terrible. Oh, that sounds
God.
like something they'd make prisoners watch. Oh, that could be the worst channel I've ever heard of.
Oh, a Monster Jam channel? Oh, hell no.
Oh, that just sounds terrible. What would be the one channel that would be the worst thing to watch?
Wow, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Well,
from the time I was a kid to now,
the news.
There's one thing on TV. Oh my God. Where I'd be like, oh God, this is so terrible.
The president?
No, I love when the president's on. I love the news. I love when the president's on. No, even when I was a kid, I liked that. Like I remember being a kid and watching President Reagan talk of,
Well, I did not watch
stuff.
That.
I liked, no, but
TV evangelists.
Absolutely, yes. Church channel. Oh my God.
Jim Baker.
That would like when you go to hell and you don't realize after I die And all of a sudden I wake up and I go, oh my God, wait a minute, I'm awake. When I die, I'm awake. And I said, oh, there's a 97-inch screen TV. And oh, there's a 100-inch screen TV in heaven. This is wonderful. And I'm lounging on pillows everywhere. Oh, and there's a 100-inch screen TV. And I go, oh, this is great. And I turn it on. And it would be a church channel. And then I'd realize, oh my God, I'm in hell. What would be your hell?
Oh boy, what would be my hell?
What would be your hell?
Oh,
I'm telling you, the church channel for me, it would be the church channel.
I'm leaning that way. I mean,
that was terrible, but they were all like on Sunday mornings, you'd wake up and you'd go to watch TV. And the only thing on would be church channel. Oh, my.
Well, I used to watch Davy and Goliath on Sunday morning. They were good. I like that.
Davy, I would never watch Davy. Was that wasn't it claymation?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Davy.
Oh, Davy. You wait up, Davy.
Rhino says Steve's hell is waking up and looking like Bubba. By the way, Dan says he doesn't mind commercials. He said Christina hates them.
Yeah,
I do. They drive me nuts.
And
Get to a
Jennifer
good
says,
part.
Jen says she uses Pluto, or she watches Pluto on her kitchen TV, and she says the commercials are pretty short. Yeah, it's just the stuff I pay for. The stuff I pay for no commercials. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bill says, Christina, was that you or the dog that farted?
Oh, that was the nasty ass dog.
Oh,
I chased him out and he comes right back.
I thought you let a good one and the dog was coming in to smell it.
Wasn't me.
Of course, that dog also smells skunks. I thought the dog was coming in to get a whiff.
Oh no.
I think Bill might be onto something. That might have come from Christina.
Yeah.
I wish we had a color scheme that, when depending on how the room smelled, you know what I mean, a different color. You know, Christina's room would have turned brown when she let that go. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Steve's would constantly be brown. God.
Oh, Jen says when she watches Pluto, she usually has the TV in the kitchen on the Star Trek channel or Johnny Carson. They have a Johnny Carson channel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, having everyone think that Christina farted instead of the dog, Bill says now his day is complete.
Good. Great. We were glad.
You're welcome, Bill.
Glad we can
I
make
think
it.
yesterday I completed Bill's day.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll talk about poop. No,
They
talk
have-
about.
They have a Johnny Carson channel?
Oh yeah. All day, every day.
Oh wow.
It's just nonstop episodes of Johnny Carson?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'd watch that.
Oh, they got a whole Star Trek one from the first Star Trek all the way the whole Star Trek bunch of them. And
I
so
love Star Trek, but I didn't like the only one I like is the original one. That's the one I really like.
I wish they had a channel that you could see the old, maybe the original Batman. I like those original. I did like.
Well,
Hey,
Mitchell
Trevor.
Batman's on MeTV, so.
Oh, is it? I like them.
But I can find it hard to get into Star Trek, The Next Generation, or Deep
Yeah.
Space Nine, or whatever. Like, I find it hard to get into those, but I love the original one. Big D says Star Trek Next Generation is the only real Star Trek.
Really?
Well, that's good. That's, it's like politics. Vote for who you want to vote for. Watch what you want to watch. But I'm just telling you, for me, I like the original Star Trek. So, and I like the original Star Trek movies more than the Next Generation movies.
I never got into Star Trek.
You never liked Star Trek? Oh, I love.
No.
You know what I love about Star Trek? I love the hopefulness of Star Trek, because Star Trek takes place in the future, and it's a glorious future. You know what I mean? That's what I like about Star Trek.
Yeah.
And I do love the political correctness and liberal Next Generation. I do love the ideals on there, but I'm not a fan of it as much as I like the original series. But Star Trek is a future where Earth figured out all its problems. Okay. Star Trek, any Star Trek series, it's a future where Earth figured it all out, and we stopped complaining and we stopped bitching. And we just said, let's do what's best for us. You know what I mean? And so Earth has no problems. So we went out to go fix problems all over the galaxy or all over the universe. You know what I mean? Instead of just worrying about Earth, because they fixed it. That's what I like about Star Trek. I love the fact that, there's none of that. That Earth is so good that we left it.
Wow.
So now we're out going around the universe, and they have a prime directive that they follow in the universe, and I just think that's nice. I wish that was happening, But I like what I like the most was those movies when they that have Chris Pine and when J.J. Abrams redid it. I liked those movies a lot, and they haven't made one for a long time, but that was my favorite. I love those films. Oh well. Yeah.
I love Pluto. I gotta get the old game shows like Hollywood Squares and with Charles Nelson Riley on it and stuff.
Oh, I love semen. Like they go, well, it's Fleet Week. It's Fleet Week, Charles. Oh, I know. I love semen. That used to be his joke on Match Game all the time. Every year, when all of the Navy came back, it'd be Fleet Week. They'd always go, well, it's Fleet Week, everyone. And as you know, I love semen. Hi to all you Navy officers.
Oh my God.
And Paul Lynn was the other one. Paul Lynn. Oh yeah, where's your uniform? I love it. So there's Johnny Carson with all the guests coming on smoking and.
Oh yeah, all the westerns. If you're into that,
I'm not a big Western fan. But I will watch the old Carson Network if I can find it. That sounds great. I wonder if it's on Samsung. I have Samsung TV. I wonder if it's on there.
Probably. The old, I'll tell you what, that fucking Richard Dawson was the biggest fucking pervert.
Yeah.
Every fucking woman, he always had to touch their hand or give them a
kiss.
kiss.
Give him a kiss, yeah. You know what I love is I've got Samsung TV and they got a Sanford and Son channel.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I love to go over and watch old Sanford and Son.
Oh yeah.
And you name it. I've got all of them. I got Netflix, I got Apple TV, I got Paramount, I got Prime, Peacock. All these. I've got all those different Disney, Hulu, but yet I'll watch the Sanford and Son network, which is on my free Samsung TV.
Yeah.
And I will laugh more at Grady, you big dummy. I'll laugh more at Fred Sanford when Arn Esther going, get your ugly ass. I think that is genius. And Bill says you can get the Johnny Carson reruns on Peacock. Oh, I have Peacock. That'd be the easiest way to
wow.
find it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, son of a bitch. I love the old Carson show. Because, you know, the old Carson show is what first got me into doing this.
Oh yeah.
I would stay up late when I was a little kid. I'd stay up late and watch the Carson show every night. And then when they added Letterman in like 80, I want to say 82 or something. And I would stay up and watch it. And I go, oh my God, this is what I want to do for a living, is just be stupid like this. Oh my God. That would be great. That would be fantastic. So, oh man. So great memories. Yeah, I wish there was a Letterman channel with just old Letterman shows.
It's good to look for.
It could be out there. You never
I know there's a Conan. I know there's a Conan one because the Conan one is on Samsung TV. But I wish there was just an old Letterman channel. That'd be great. Oh my God. I'd become addicted to that. I'm actually glad there isn't one because I'd become addicted to it. Dan does not like Letterman. Oh my God. What is wrong with you? I loved David Letterman. His show was fantastic.
Yeah. I used to watch him.
Yeah.
I enjoy him.
Those shows are great. He's so God. I think it's the main reason that he's probably the main reason that I got into this. To doing radio for a living. It's much better. I originally went to college for pre-law. Oh my God, it was horrible. It's horrific. I took political science. As a pre-law course, as a pre-law track to get my political science degree and then go to law school. Thank God I changed. Thank God, because I'd probably still be in school or paying for school. Love it. I would have been so to get a D, to go through all those classes just to get a D.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd have been a shitty lawyer. I'd have made good arguments, but I wouldn't understand the law behind them.
Right.
I'll tell you that. So I'm so glad I got out of that and got into entertainment. Because because I've enjoyed, sitting down talking to a microphone. If you had to explain my career, I think Ray sits there in front of a microphone and he gabs and he makes fun of stupid people. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I had Jimmy. Now I got Steve. I've had all these people that Hillbilly Joe and all these people that I've had to work with. Yeah. I love it. Tom says, Ray, have you watched Letterman's show on Netflix? Yeah, I like his show on Netflix, but the old show was completely different, but the old show was an inspiration for me. The new show I think is cool, but I don't think I could, I don't think I could do that show. The old show I could definitely do. Now I know that it's dated, and that I know my humor is dated because I love stupid humor. And like everyone always goes, "Oh, what's your podcast about?" And I say my podcast is the same thing I used to do on the radio. It's just stupid fun, When I was on the radio, I'd occasionally play rock music around it. But I do the same thing now that I did for 30 years on the radio. I just make a bunch of dick jokes and I make fun of a pervert. The only difference is back when I was on rock radio, I would play an occasional Zeppelin or AC/DC or Tom Petty song around it, or Aerosmith.
Right.
But now there's no music, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm talking about poop and dick. Like I said, I do dick jokes, talk about poop. I make fun of a pervert.
You know, we're not the only one that talks about poop, because I was watching a TikTok with what's his face. It's called Two Bears in One Cave, which was that Bert, that comedian Bert, whoever that funny name, Bert Ling or whatever,
I don't know who you're. Okay. I don't know.
idea.
They were talking about poop too. They were talking about, he was sitting across from each other. He said, "So, what did your shit been looking like?" He said, "Well, today mine was long, and it came." I started laughing my ass off.
So yeah, a bunch of people talk about poop. You know why they talk about poop? Because everybody poops.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Yeah. So that's why poop is easy to talk about. You know what I mean? That's why it's easy to talk about. There are things you could talk about that everybody experiences. Poop is one of them. That's what makes it such a glorious subject.
Glorious?
I'm just saying that cooking's another subject. When we make fun of Steve for cooking something, because everybody at least attempts to cook, so they understand the references. You know what I mean? Everyone knows how to boil water. Everyone knows how to boil water, and people know the concept of what to do to make macaroni, right?
I think.
Don't you think everybody knows the concept? Don't you think that everybody knows the concept of how to make macaroni? Boiling water, then you pour the macaroni in, and you try to boil it.
You really should add milk.
No, but what I'm saying is, everyone, at least when you mention that, I was making macaroni. Everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just like when you say, I was making. Why do you think no one talks about? Well, I was splicing a neutron. Who the hell? No one knows what that is. So you don't talk about stuff like that. You talk about things that everyone has a reference point. That's entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Except when Steve tells a story that is so like Steve tells a story about shitting his pants. Everyone understands the reference because most people do not shit their pants, but they know they would understand what happens if they were to shit their pants.
Hey, I'm not the only one that shit his pants. Fucking John Daly shit his pants on a golf course one time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, good Lord.
No one wanted to give him an award for that except you. Yeah. When Steve's description of why he has a poop knife. Why he has a poop knife is something I think everybody has been constipated or somewhat constipated in their life, right?
Yes.
But no one has ever gone far enough to have a poop knife except Steve. But people understand the reference because they've been there going, oh my God, is there any way I could break this up? You know what I mean? Like they've thought in their mind, oh, if I was only insane, I would have something to break this up. And then here comes Steve with his poop knife story.
I have a question.
Oh God.
Okay, you sent me a text earlier in the week. Towards the evening, you just, man, I haven't had a solid bowel movement in I don't know how long. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you say you don't have solid bowel movements. Now, are they more often? Are they still on the same schedule? Just not solid?
Well, it's because I went on this liquid diet.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm asking.
So what I was saying is, every bowel movement I had was.
But was it on the same schedule, similar to what your normal schedule? I mean, to
Oh
me,
no, I'm barely pooping now. But I
barely.
haven't had real food in
Right, yeah, man.
last time I had real food was at the cookout.
Oh yeah.
Hope nobody's watching from the doctor's office. But at the cookout, I had some real food. That's the last time I've eaten real food. And all I had was a couple of slices of the Wagyu beef
A bite of chicken
and a bite of chicken
and a bite of brownie.
and a bite of brownie. That's
Yeah.
that's the last thing I've eaten. I won't eat again till, Christina, you were saying at least a week after surgery. So I won't eat again until the end of this month. So I've gone this whole month just drinking these. Pretty much these and soup, of which, by the way, I hardly eat any of.
Well, that was a concern of mine because
I'm waiting for steam. I'm waiting for steamed vegetables. I really want steamed vegetables, but yeah. But and so I haven't eaten anything good. You know what I mean? And all I've done is drink. I've drank everything.
right, yeah.
So I shared with you, I finally felt like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. And I finally felt like, oh, it looks like I'm going to finally have a bowel movement. And it was like soft serve.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So because of the liquid diet, it's hard to be constipated when you're on a liquid diet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand.
Because I think constipation mainly comes from dehydration.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm just things are going through my head. Like I'm trying to slowly. I'm going back to, like, I've been getting my groceries lately. I've kind of fallen off the wagon, and sometimes I've been eating too much. So I'm going back to buying the frozen dinners.
Has that happened sometimes, Steve? You've eaten too much?
There's my portion control. My portion control again. I'm not going on wet diet, no. But I'm trying to cut back on.
I cannot wait to get pictures of your groceries. I'm sure they're horrible. I'm sure it's 10 boxes of Pop-Tarts and
no Pop-Tarts. I haven't even ate all the Pop-Tarts from 2 weeks ago.
Ice cream and
no
snack cakes.
No ice cream. No snack cakes.
Chips.
Bananas. I think I might get some more.
Get some fruit. Oranges, apples, bananas.
There's no. Maybe maybe. Well,
maybe. I have no idea what's going on.
Oatmeal, sliced cheese, nuts, butter, corn, bananas.
Jen says she spent the cookout pigging out because she had the munchies. Well, that's because you were eating those edibles, right?
Yeah, Big D made her eat some.
Yeah, you're eating those edibles. You're all high. But that's the reason that Steve eats so much, is he's so high all the time.
No.
You don't know how, Steve, you don't know how much I love that I weigh less than you now. I'm so happy. It's so worth.
So are you trying to discourage me from trying to
worth.
eat healthy?
I'm telling you, it is so worth.
Like you fucking want me to buy this ice cream and shit.
Yes, I would love it.
You're gonna send me fucking gift
to use it. I'll chime your money.
Buy $25 worth of junk food.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'll send you a Walmart gift card. Go buy yourself some junk food. You don't know how happy I feel weighing less than you. Oh my my God. It's
6
glorious.
pounds. Oh my God.
It's glorious. I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
have to work. I'm gonna have to work hard at it. 'Cause I think I might
Look,
even be.
I don't know if you guys can see. Look at my chest.
I
Look at
know.
my
I fucking know. I have to look at you every day.
This is my
Every
chest.
day. I thought, God damn, why is
You
he
know,
fucking
I
hurt?
have never seen. I have not seen my collarbones.
I know.
I haven't seen them since I played basketball in high school. That's the last time I've seen my collarbones.
Wow.
Look at that. That's the last time I've been able to see that I have collarbones and I can now feel I have a chest. In fact, my tailbone, I have such tailbone pain. It's unbelievable because I didn't realize. In fact, I had a conversation with Big D about it because I was like, oh my God, I think I have problems with my tailbone. He goes, no. He goes, you lost all your cushion. I go, what? He goes, you lost all the weight. You used to have a
that
bunch
was
of fat around it. And I thought, holy shit, you're right. I used to have a bunch of fat around the
I still broke my butt.
yeah, I used to have a bunch of fat around my tailbone. Now, you know,
Mm-hmm.
now there's no fat around it. So, you know, it just, my tailbone hurts. My wife was telling me the other day, she goes, now you know what the rest of us feel like. I go, what? She goes, why do you think the rest of us, when we're sitting down, we have to get up? And she goes, when you sat down, you never had to get up. I said, yeah. My tailbone has never hurt. It's never hurt before. Now I sit down and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. I sat down at that party and until I lit the fire and it about burned me. I finally had to get up.
Well, when you're nice and fat, there's fat that grows around your tailbone. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps it nice and cushy. And there's nice and cushiony. So you never have pain. But when you start to lose the fat, the first thing that starts hurting is that tailbone. You don't understand it. And then it was Big D that explained it to me. I didn't even know. And I was like, son of a bitch. I said, my tailbone's hurting. He goes, you know why, don't you? And then he explained it. I said, what? He goes, I went through the same thing too. And I was like, holy shit, it's terrible. That's the worst part of losing weight.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to get worse.
That's the worst part is the tailbone. God damn. Everything else is fine. But I love how I weigh less than Steve. Oh my God. Oh, it's so glorious. Steve, if you ever lose weight, wait until you weigh less than, like you'll weigh less than Bubba and you'll be like, oh, I feel
I'm
so.
sure.
I'm worried about wellness and
Bubba.
Sean Bennett.
That's
He
that
spent a
Bubba.
week in the hospital. I think he lost some weight. That's all.
I'm sure he did because I'm sure they had him on a diet.
Mhm.
he lost some weight in it.
I bet I weigh less than Bubba now.
Oh, but if you weigh less than me, you probably weigh less than Bubba.
I weigh less than you. I weigh less than Bubba. I think I weigh less than Sean Bellint because Sean was just in the hospital, but he wasn't. He was in the hospital, but he could eat normally.
Huh.
Mm.
He was in for his legs. His legs were
Yeah.
so dirty. Oh, they had to put him on IVs to clean up
Oh
the
my God.
infection in those dirty legs. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
how disturbing.
I know how that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it in my foot, though. That's what really fucked me up. When I had
So
to
I'm-
have that surgery on my foot, well, when they had to cut part of my foot out because I
Oh.
had an infection in it. That's when I really started having problems walking.
Your foot was so dirty the infection had grown into the foot and they had to chop off part.
All the way into the bone. All the way into
That
the
is
bone.
disturbing.
I walk my fingers to the bone.
I'll tell you what, I used to be able to go work out every day. I would work out and work the muscles, but with this liquid diet, I can't work out and I won't be able to work out. And then they won't let me work out after surgery. They said, I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait till like 6 weeks after surgery to start working out again. That's what's driving me nuts. What's driving me nuts is not working out. That is literally what's driving me crazy. Is not being able to, because I loved working out, moving around. That made me so happy. That was my happiness. Was every day I'd go to work out. That'd be my joy. And then all of a sudden, that was taken away. I cannot wait to get back to it because my plan is to, have everything turn to muscle or have it turned to while I'm losing weight to have it all turn into muscle. But now that I can't do this because of the pre-surgery shit, I just can't wait. So
You'll be back at it soon enough.
I want to be so strong I can talk like sexy women into, here, let me bench press you. They'll be like, what? I'll go, here, let me bench press you. Yeah. Of course, I don't think it's proper anymore to ask women if you could bench press them.
Yeah, probably not.
This Me Too bullshit.
Get your ass kicked.
Ever since this Me Too bullshit happened. Now you can't bench press women. Damn. Oh, well. And I still won't be able to lift weights when I start working out. There'll be a cap on me lifting weights for so long, but at least I can do cardio. So, I just can't wait to get back and start doing it again. But I'm feeling good, Steve. I'm hoping that you'll come work out with me when I get back to, when I get ready to get back in.
Right, yeah.
I can have you come be my workout buddy.
Yeah.
I saw your eye roll. Yeah, like today, Christina's still going to come by and walk or take out the dog and stuff, but
yep,
I'm going to take off early for St. Louis because God forbid my wife fly into Springfield. So I got to go down to St. Louis and pick her up, and
I pray for you. I pray you will not hit traffic on 40 across the bridge.
Well, let's hope everything goes right and I'll be right on time, and it'd be good to be here just in time for the show.
Oh, that made my butt when just thinking about that drive. It's not the highway place. Once you get across the river, oh God, my butt perkins when I hated crossing the river. I told Michelle, you drive. I hate people, fucking idiot.
It's pretty quick. It's pretty quick to the airport's not that bad. Just take 55 to 270, and it's not that bad. But the only thing is they're doing construction on the Mississippi River Bridge.
Always.
Oh,
And so now it's one lane.
One fucking lane again?
One lane going over the bridge.
Oh God damn.
Because they're redoing the whole thing. I don't know how they're redoing it, but
well, they fucking redo it every fucking year. I lived down there for fucking 10 years and they redid it twice.
well, this is on 270. On 270, they're
Right.
redoing it.
Yeah.
I know they did the ones when you go, the ones going to downtown. Those are always being done, but this is yeah. Yep. Anyway. Yeah, here we go. Corey says, Ray, you'll be on weight restriction of less than a gallon of milk. Yeah, that's exactly what they said, Corey. Less than a gallon of milk.
Oh, wow.
And I'm on that restriction now. I'm on that restriction now until like 6 weeks after surgery, which will suck.
Oh, wow.
Kelly. Till 6 weeks after surgery, I'll be on that, restriction. She says they're building a new bridge. Also, downtown or on 270. Where are they building a new one? I don't know, but I know that 270 is a mess. Because every time I go down to the airport, it's crazy going over the bridge. But then it's nice after that, you know what I mean? It's not as bad. So I'll go down and pick her up. It's always great to see my wife.
I love that damn usual bridge, but it's hard to get to. And it's hard to get off of.
So they are building it on 270. That's a new bridge. Oh, I'll be damned.
Damn. Well, the bridge gets used a fucking lot, man.
A lot of people. Yeah. A lot of people. There's a lot of traffic. There's no way to get around a lot of traffic in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the only one though? I mean,
St. Louis, go down through South County and come back up.
I know that I grew up. Near St. Louis, but for me, the city of St. Louis has never done much for me. Mm-hmm. I was born in Chicago, and every time I go to Chicago, I'm mystified. I can't believe it. It's just Chicago is just such a glorious city. I'm just blown away by it every time I go. Every time I go to Chicago, I'm just blown. I go, oh my God, I cannot believe this city.
When you get close to the city, it's like you just.
I've been to New York, and I've never been to LA, but I've been to other cities. And I think New York's amazing, but Chicago is a glorious city.
It's a beautiful city. I mean, it really is.
And when I go to St. Louis, I'm just like,
it's cool.
Yeah.
St. Louis does nothing for me. Chicago is like, I'm going to Oz. Oh my God. It's so weird. And I know that there's difference in sizes, but there's got to be people that love St. Louis the way I love Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There has to be.
Oh, there is.
But I just don't love St. Louis. I don't,
I'll tell you, it was bad the last 2 times I've been out west. In my driving experiences, coming back to pick up my groceries at Walmart on the north end, I missed the exit twice. Had to go all the way to fucking Sherman and go back into Walmart. God damn it, I missed that.
How the fuck?
Well, I mean, I've had opportunities. I've had opportunities to interview for jobs in St. Louis and Chicago, and I know which one I get nervous for. I would get nervous for the Chicago ones. The St. Louis one, we're always like, On my wedding day, I know I've told this story before. On my wedding day, I interviewed to take over the morning show. This is in 1992. I was a kid, and I interviewed with KSHE Radio in St. Louis. I was in my hotel room in Las Vegas, and their program director was a guy named Jim Owen, and I interviewed with him, and then the general manager's name was John something, John Beck or John. It was something like that. I interviewed, and they were the nicest guys. And I really liked them. And when I was a kid, I loved KSHE radio. It's what I listened to. But
Mhm.
I wasn't that excited for the job. I was working in Peoria with John Lamb. And they interviewed me, and I don't know how excited they were about bringing in Lamb. I don't know how excited they were about bringing in Lamb. But I was pushing them. You got to bring in both of us, or else, it's not going to work. And I don't know. I was more excited about. In fact, I ended the conversation by saying, "Hey, listen, I got to get married, guys," and and I ended the conversation and stopped talking to him. But it was would have been a nice opportunity, but it just didn't. There wasn't anything really exciting about it. You know what I mean? Because the thought of living in St. Louis just wasn't. It just didn't seem that exciting to me. Now, maybe if I was a Cardinals fan, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
if I was a Cardinals fan.
If you're a Cardinals fan, yeah, you definitely.
And the other thing was, we would be stuck with it. Like they said, so-and-so is going to have to do your news. And you know what I mean? So I really didn't have a problem. I didn't have much of a problem with it, but I had trouble getting excited, for it. And they know that I was born in, because I made a point of saying I was born in Chicago, you know what I mean? But I would have been much more excited had I got a chance to interview at the Loop in Chicago than I would have been
Right.
for St. Louis. And it obviously never happened. It just never happened. So, they ended up hiring a guy from, so they interviewed me. I was in Las Vegas when they interviewed me, and the guy they hired for the job was from Las Vegas.
Huh.
The guy they hired to do it. And so I was talking to him, and they told me, they said, well, we have it down to a couple. You're one of the people. It's you.
Right.
And then they told me, they said, and it's also so-and-so from Las Vegas. And I was like, really? And I said, he's here now. And I was in Vegas, and I listened to the show, and I said, this show's terrible. They're not going to hire this guy. That's who they hired. They hired the guy from Las Vegas. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, the guy from Las Vegas lasted there like a few months, and they fired. Yeah. He was terrible. Because they came back at us again in like 93 or 90. No, we were syndicated. So they came back at us again in 94, but we were already getting syndicated, and we just weren't interested. And, so, and they had a different program director by that time, but I was never excited about St. Louis.
Right.
But Chicago would have been my thing. It's like, oh man, I'd have jumped through hoops to get. But I think that's why I blew the interview in Chicago, because I was too excited about it.
Right.
But my point is, I don't see anybody that gets as excited about St. Louis as they do Chicago. When I have to go down there and pick up my wife at the airport, it's just, it's be another boring drive to St. Louis. Because it really is. It's very boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Boring drive.
Yeah. Maybe it'd be more exciting if I was a St. Louis Cardinals fan, but you know what I mean? Maybe it would be. Because if you're a Cardinals fan, you drive into the city and you see Busch Stadium, it's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of like Corey, it's cool every time if you go across, 270 there and you see the arch and all that shit. That's cool, man. It's still, I mean, I lived down there. I could see the arch from my fucking backyard. I didn't have to just look. But it just,
Another cool city is Kansas City, because I went to college in Kansas City.
Never been there.
Never
Oh,
been.
I loved Kansas. I would have gone to Kansas City. Nobody
I've
ever
been to
called me to
Wichita.
Kansas City. No one ever called me wanting me to. Nobody ever called me wanting me to work there. Fuck.
I've been to Oklahoma City and Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, I liked it. I've been to Oklahoma City. I liked it. Yeah. But Kansas City was nice. I think I lived in the right period. The right area.
If you said New York, I've been to New York, and I've been downtown New York. I've been to Chicago, and I've been to St. Louis, and wow, I would probably have to pick Chicago, even though I don't like the city, but I like the outlying areas. Although I like St. Louis too, but the bad thing with outlying St. Louis, unless you go, north or whatever, it's a little rough. Now, I didn't have a problem living in Dupont, Cahokia, East St. Louis. I got along with them all quite well.
Well, I like driving. I like being able to drive. And in New York City, you couldn't drive. You couldn't.
Yeah.
It's too much, and it's too expensive to hire a car to drive you. And the rent is so expensive.
Yeah.
It's like what can you afford if you get a job at a New York radio station? Unless you had one of the top jobs,
Yeah.
you couldn't afford to live.
But you can always say, because I know my mom she worked in New York, but she lived in Hoboken.
Yeah.
But she still, she took the buses or trains or whatever.
Yeah, that's too much. Who wants to take all that? I liked living St. Louis or Chicago. You can have a car and drive.
Yeah, you can get around in. Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I think living in Peoria and Springfield, and it was perfect for me. It was perfect for me. I have no complaints. Because when I lived in New York State, when I lived in Syracuse, New York, the rent blew my mind. I had no idea, because when they offered me the money, I was like, oh, this is a shitload of money. I was like, yeah, this will be great. But then I saw the rents and I was like, holy fuck. Wait a minute. So I was so happy because I'm getting all this money and now I got to pay for rent there's not going to be as much money left over from this rent. And we were looking at different places to live and how much it cost. And, like the first place we chose, it's like, oh, let's go look at this place. We went and looked at a high rise, which was right near the radio station when I lived in Syracuse. We went and looked at a high rise, and this was a 2-bedroom in a high rise. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like one side of the apartment was just a window. Yeah. And you see all the other buildings in the city. It was gorgeous. But it only had 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And the main bedroom was big, had a bathroom in it, and the spare bedroom was small.
Right.
And there were walls. But like the living room, kitchen and stuff, that was just a window.
Yeah.
And we were looking at it like, well, it's kind of small, but then they're like, it's going to be like $2,700. And I'm like, how much is this going to cost a month?
Holy shit.
They wanted 27. We had them. We could afford it. But I was like, I told my wife, I said, we could afford it, but shit, how much of the paycheck are we going to have left over?
Right.
Because I knew I was going to get a big paycheck, but I'm like, how much money will be left over to live on when we're paying that much for rent?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up getting a place in the suburbs, but I think that still cost us like $1,700 a month or whatever.
Right.
It was, it was a nice place and it was big, but I don't know. Just the rent was so expensive. And then when we ended up coming back home we came to Springfield after that. the rent was so much cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Like we ended up finding a place in Springfield like $600, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So literally, the cost of our rent went down $1,100. $1,100.
That's insane.
And eventually, I made more money in Springfield than I was making in Syracuse. You know, now we had bought a house by then, but still, you know, when they're telling you you're going to make so much money, like I think they were giving me like 75 grand or something. That was just base in Syracuse. But when they're telling you your rent's going to be $2,750 a month, you're like, oh shit. You know, you don't have any money left over to buy anything else. I couldn't imagine Manhattan. I could not imagine what it would cost to live in Manhattan.
Oh my god. No.
It's got to be more than that for like a one room apartment. So I don't know how people do it. I don't know how they do it. But oh well. But I know that St. Louis, I've never been excited about St. Louis. I've never lived in St. Louis. I've never had the desire to live in St. Louis. Although I'm sure it's nice, but I've never had.
It's average.
Yeah, there's things I like to go do there and hang out for a day, but
yeah. But is there anything that you'd want to do every day?
No. No.
I went to the garage every day.
You would
garage. I worked in my garage every day.
You worked in your garage?
Yeah.
Making meth.
Oh. I mean, the older I get, the less I care about how much room I have to live in. You know, there was one time I had to have a 3,000 square foot house. Like now I could not even fathom having a 3,000. I was like, oh my God, what did I do with all that room? We had a house that we lived in the 2000s, early, you know, from the time Bella was born.
Yeah.
What a 3,000 square foot house. What the fuck? We had Belint and my brother Goose were both living in the house with us.
Wow.
We had me, my wife, my baby daughter, my brother Goose, and Sean Belint all living in the same house. And you know what? We never saw them. Even though we all lived in the same house, I never saw them. That's how big the house was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is why I told my wife, I said, I love this house, but we got to get the hell out of it. We got to get away. It's too big. It's too big. We have people living in this house, but we go days without seeing them. Oh, my wife just texted me.
Uh-oh.
She said there's already a delay.
Oh shit. Of course.
She says, I don't know when it's going to be.
2 days from now. No, I'm just kidding.
Weather related?
I don't know. She just said she's on the flight right now.
Oh.
She's going from Corpus Christi to Houston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she was supposed to leave Houston at a certain time to get to St. Louis.
Right.
But she said there's already a delay.
Oh, shit.
So,
which means if she don't make it to St. Louis, and then she'll fucking
well, no, she'll be in St. Louis.
Make it to Houston.
She'll be in Houston, yeah. She's going to be in Houston no matter what. She was going to be in Houston early, but then she has to catch a flight from Houston to St. Louis. That's the one that's delayed, so.
Well, shit.
So I don't know. Because she was trying to catch a flight and I told Christina this yesterday, she was trying to catch a flight that would get into St. Louis at 3:30 this afternoon.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Well, if I picked her up at 3:30, that means I'd be home by 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have to deal with fucking traffic and everything.
Yeah, but I'd be home before the show.
Right.
So now I don't know when she's gonna get yeah, because it's not that long a flight from Houston to St. Louis. But the flight from Corpus Christi to Houston is only like a half an hour.
Hey.
She's gonna be sitting in Houston.
Oh.
So she says she's gonna keep it this. She goes, but now the flight isn't gonna get in till like 5. I don't know. So anyway, I'll keep you guys up to date. But you guys start the show at 6, and I'll be on as soon as I get back. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I'll keep you up to date. I'll
Yep.
text Christina and stuff.
Yeah. What do you do?
Did I sense some sarcasm there, Steve?
Yeah. He's got that look like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to start. I'll have to be the star tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure to check out the Steve show tonight, everybody.
I don't have to try.
The shit show. God
I'm
damn it.
busy. I gotta go pay my Actors Union Guild money.
Oh my
Are you a part of the Screen Actors Guild? I had no idea.
Lord. He's such a talented
Because
actor.
he's such a brilliant comedian. He's such a
Yes.
genius comedian. A brilliant actor. Which, by the way, is the craziest. That's the craziest thing I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ray has this guy on his show who is such a brilliant. He's such a brilliant comedian, a genius actor. He has his character is someone who's a drug addict who has committed felonies
And shits his pants. He admitted it.
and has even defecated in his underwear. That's what this person acts like. That's what he's chosen to use his skill on.
Yeah. Totally not an actor.
So my wife says she's gonna text me and keep me up to date.
I suppose it was that person that wanted you to bring me to the reunion.
That wanted me to what?
The lady that wanted you to bring me. Hey, is it your show?
No, it was not. No, it was not. It was not. I had someone from my class asked if did I tell you this, Christina? Somebody from my class asked if I was bringing Steve to my
Yep.
reunion.
Yep. You told me.
And I said, hell no, I'm not
No, I'm
bringing
not
him.
taking him.
I'm not bringing him. She goes, oh, that'd be crazy. I said, oh, you're damn right. It'd be crazy for me to invite him to my reunion.
Those poor women.
Yeah.
He would have hit on every one.
Oh,
of
he
them
would have hit on.
all day.
There's a poor group of girls. There was a poor group of girls at my reunion. And I was like, oh, shit. If I would have brought Steve, he'd have been right over there hitting on every single one of them. Yeah. So, and I think most of them were married. I don't know.
Oh,
But I was just, there was a
That would have
table.
stopped him.
There was a table full of girls that were at my reunion. And I was like, shit, if I would have brought Steve, he would have been right there hitting on every one of those girls. Wouldn't matter if they were married or not. He would have hit on every single one to see if, and he'd use the same lines on all of them. Like 6 girls. He'd use the same lines to see if any of them were interested.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Who knows?
I'm just thinking. I'm 57 years old. And I've never eaten pussy.
Pretty sure that you shouldn't use that line.
Uh,
No. Not gonna work.
Steve would
So
ask,
I
Steve
sat
would
on my
ask if they
couch.
Steve would ask them if they wanted the Heartland and chill.
I sat on my couch for the first time yesterday since it's been raised up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was able to get off of it. with
Like
no
sitting
problem.
on
Leave a,
it?
leave a stain.
So now I
Did you
gotta
like-
find somebody to sit on with me.
Did
Alonzo,
you like
she's a
sitting on it,
bitch.
Steve?
Huh?
Did you like sitting on it?
It was comfortable. It was comfortable.
That's
It
good.
was, it's okay.
Good old Steve. Yeah.
I might try
Nice.
sleeping on it and see if maybe I can start slowly graduating myself back into the bedroom. Although I think
No.
I'm feeling a little frisky today. So
Oh no.
You know what that means.
Oh, poor Alondra.
well, I have to clean off my bed first because I got all that shit that whole box of shit I dumped out all over the bed. I gotta go through it and organize it.
You know he
Good
likes
job.
to lay on the bed to do the one thing. So
Well, yeah.
Because I have a
you
stand for my
have
phone.
to.
if he's
I
feeling
have a stand for my. I have a
You know,
stand for
Lay
my
back
phone.
to reach it.
No, I have to lay on my back just to reach it. Yeah, I can't reach it just sitting there. If I sit on the chair on my recliner, so I hang my balls hang off the front.
oh,
I can kind of.
oh, good lord.
Oh my god.
But now that I have internet TV, I can watch Pornhub on my fucking TV.
Oh my god.
Couldn't I?
Oh, well, I'm really glad I bought it for you then.
Yes, you could.
I didn't know you could watch Pornhub on the TV. Good
With
lord.
the internet TV, it says internet.
You know, you can cast your phone from your phone. You can cast
Yeah.
whatever is on your phone, you can cast it to your TV.
Yeah, can't you just hit a button on your phone and it'll put your phone on TV?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works with porn.
I don't know. Because Jason and I tried. Well, I told him it didn't work because Christina and I tried it because there was a QR code they wanted you to scan for the Roku, and he said, "Here, give me your phone." I said, "But my phone doesn't do that." Because we tried it there. We was doing it with, when you guys printed off that QR code that wanted that meet and greet time. Then we tried it with my phone, and my phone wouldn't pick it up.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember because I know you fucking busy. Yeah, I remember that. So
Hmm.
Good lord.
yeah, that might be something I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm probably going to go to Cricket. I'm going to find out if they got like because I remember AT&T have like upgrades where you can if you pay your bill on time for so many, you can upgrade your phone. Well, I've had this goddamn phone. Well, not this phone, but I've had Cricket for 5 years and I've never missed a bill because I have auto paid. So, but I want to upgrade. I just want to. I have a phone that Holly gave me, but I want a bigger phone. I don't need even a bigger phone. I want a bigger phone.
So you're saying what?
I'm going to stop at Cricket and talk to them. See if they have some kind of rewards thing. I don't want to pay for another fucking phone. I want them to give me one. I'll trade them mine, but they have to be able to transfer all my data because I don't want them
Well,
to fuck them.
go talk to him, maybe.
I'm going to. That's what I said I'm going to do tomorrow.
Hmm.
I go pick up my groceries. God damn. So tomorrow, I won't be able to. I guess I won't be able to pregame before the show tomorrow morning as much as I have been.
Yes. Don't pregame. How nice. For once, it seems that,
Now, see, yesterday, not only did I also, was it yesterday? I also might have, because High Profile is such a wonderful dispensary, they gave me free gummies.
Mm-hmm.
A package of free gummies.
Nice.
Have you been in there yet to pop High Profile?
I might have taken one or two of them.
I mean, have you been in there yet?
Yeah, I loved it. They were
Oh, you
so nice.
loved it?
I loved it. It was worth a drive for me. It was worth a drive.
Hmm.
They didn't remember me right away, but then when the manager lady came out and started working with the girl, because she couldn't get my receipt to print out, So the manager lady came out. She kept looking at me. Should I know you? Yeah. So yeah. We met at the Fat Ass 5K. Oh yeah.
Oh, so you.
Oh, we met so
the
many
one you
fucking
met
people.
at
That was
the,
such a blast. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, thank you very much. They were super. And I even told Rhino about him. He was going to check into it too because he was looking at because Rhino he gardens too. That's what they call it, gardening. So you garden, and then your broccoli. You always remember. Or the
Were you
devil's
gardening?
lettuce.
Were you gardening before you went in there? Were you
Yeah.
gardening before you went in there?
I gardened for just a minute.
I was wondering what that sound was.
Yeah, I was gardening with real flour before I walked in. Just I keep some in my truck
Mhm.
all the time.
You keep some in your truck?
He does. He's not lying. He's got a hitter box.
That sounds
Right in the
highly
cup holder.
illegal.
No, I could have so much, but although it's not in a.
Do
What do
you
you call
smoke
it?
it in your truck too?
No, never.
No, that's why he keeps it there.
Good Lord.
God, Stephen. I imagine you're going to go visit Riverside tomorrow as well. It's become one of your weekly stops.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing at Riverside, but he sure likes going there.
Oh, I know what he's doing. You never did tell the story from last week how he may have gotten hit on while he was there. Stephen Blaine.
Who hit on him?
Who hit on you?
Did somebody
You!
hit on you while you were at Riverside?
Didn't you
I don't
say
know
that
what. All I
guy-
know is a gentleman drove by several times. He drove right up to my truck and got out. I thought, oh shit. But he was putting the garbage, throwing something in the garbage. But as he walked away, I could have swore he winked at me. And he had rainbow hair. He had blonde and blue and purple. And then he kept driving around. Like, what the hell?
Mhm.
And he's just driving around with his dog. I'm like, dude, that's kind of crazy. Me, you, and your dog.
So of all the garbage cans out there, he chose to throw his stuff away at the garbage can that you were right next to. And
Well, I think he was hitting on every.
And what were you doing? You were just sitting in your car, or
I was eating my Taco Bell.
oh,
And I probably didn't look real. Presentable because I had meat and lettuce and everything all over in front of me. I ate a taco.
I'm just imagining you're a gay and someone's a gay guy, and you go to the park to pick up some guy. Would you hit on the guy that's sitting there eating Taco Bell? And
Well, there was somebody. Actually, when I pulled up, there was already a truck sitting there, and he pulled up and did the same thing with that guy. I saw him pull up and get out, do something with the garbage can, and then get back to his car and leave. And then that guy left in the truck, and I pulled over there because number one, I was closer to the garbage can. I didn't want to get out of the truck to throw it away. And number two was the shade. So I got closer to the garbage, but the garbage can was overflowing. It looked terrible. I wanted to stop and tell the dude that was mowing the grass that, hey, man, the garbage is flowing over all over the fucking ground. I figured he'd see it.
so you're at that. Are you at that park to give or receive? What do you?
Well, I'm not at that park, right? I'm just at that park.
If some guy gets in your truck with you,
I enjoy the sereneness of the open prairie and the horses.
What would you do if somebody climbed in your truck and
I
made an offer?
I've never been to a gay park. I don't know how that works, but don't you climb into a truck? Don't you climb into cars with somebody? I don't know.
That's what's going to stop them because I always do this after I pick up my groceries. So the front seat's always full of shit. So nobody's climbing in my truck.
All right. Well, just wondering.
I don't have an open seat.
How are you going to get to their dong if there's?
Well, I guess we're going to have to get out. I'll have to get out.
Well, I thought you want to go there to get gay sex. I mean, doesn't there have to be sex
No.
going on?
I don't go there for safe sex. I go there for the sereneness of the prairie.
know. I don't listen. I have no problem. I have no problem with whatever you're doing in your life, but I've never had gay sex, so I don't know how it works. So that's what I'm asking you. How does it work?
Well, I don't know how it works. I've never had gay sex either.
Well,
At least I
Christina,
don't think I have.
do you think that's wrong that I asked him? I just
No,
assumed.
because I'm curious too.
Yeah, I just assumed if I was going to ask someone who might have had it, I just assumed to ask you. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have, but who else are you going to ask? I'm not going to ask Christina how you have gay sex. I know she's not going to have any gay
how
sex
would I
with
know?
him. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. The dude was fit. I mean, it wasn't like a fat slob like me or anything like that. But he just wasn't.
He wasn't your type?
Yeah, it wasn't my type. He's really scruffy, unshaven.
What is your type? What is your type?
I would like somebody a little bit more firmer, maybe just a little bit. I don't want too much flab.
So you want somebody physically fit?
Nice, tight. Somebody have to be. I got a pretty fat ass. So somebody has to be pretty long, pretty well endowed to pick up at my back door.
So you need someone well endowed.
You're not gonna be able to cover my back door if I'm not well endowed.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of cheek to get through.
Yeah. So you think you'd be so would you let them if some guy got in your car, would you let them and they wanted to do you, would you let them? I mean, or would you be or would you pause before, or would you just do them? I don't know.
Oh, I would. Wow.
Yeah.
I would actually. I would want to see their hands first.
Yeah.
Make sure they were clean, and then soft. I don't want them to soft and scaly or anything. Nice soft, no callus or anything. I might. I don't think oral. I think that's out of question because I already have enough problem with moles down there. But I think a hand job, I might consider.
So you would let them give you a hand job?
I might, yeah.
But does your micro penis make you does it make you shy about letting them touch you? I don't know.
Well, I would be straight up and honest right up front. I'm gonna just tell them that I have a micro penis, and if they are okay with it, and they're not gonna laugh, then I'm okay with it. If they're gonna laugh, say, "I don't want to see that,"
Well, what if they say this? Say, "Well, I'm fine. I'm normal, Zip."
Well, that's fine because I'm not gonna do anything to them.
Oh, so you wouldn't do it?
You won't do anything. You won't pleasure them, but you'll.
No. Well, I might give them a hand job after I get mine.
But you need yours first.
Oh my
God. All right. Well, there you go. I think you guys have heard everything anything you were possibly hoping to hear. I think you've heard it now. So we wrap up the show finding out that if Steve was going to have gay sex, he would want to make sure that he gets his before he gives them. All right. And that's so when Steve's down at the Riverside Park, if any of you guys are listening who go down to Riverside Park, just make sure you take care of Steve first, then he'll take care of you.
Oh my God. Do you shower before you go there?
Oh, he doesn't.
Well, I'll shower.
I could not imagine the stench.
Can't have a dirty ass.
I could
Oh,
not
no.
imagine. Could you imagine these poor gay guys having to go down to the park? Oh my god! And then they unzip Steve, and it's just like, oh, it's like a garbage silo. Just, oh. Could you imagine?
No, I don't want to.
Well, that's why I park right next to the garbage can.
Oh, so you got
So
something to
you can
blame?
blame the stench on the garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty smart. That's not me. That's the trash.
Well,
you're
I hope the
smelling.
guy with the rainbow hair stops by the truck if you see him today. So I hope, Steve. Fingers crossed for you, buddy.
No, I might park someplace different tomorrow.
Oh my god.
When's the last time you had sex in a car?
I've never had sex in a car.
You've never had sex in a car?
No,
God.
What about you, Christina? When's the last time you had sex in a car?
yesterday.
No.
I think I got to go back to like when I was in college. I think it's the
Wow.
last time I had sex in a car. I can't. It's been a long time. I used to always have sex in a
can't
car when I was in
remember.
high school, but I used to take my car and I'd park in a cornfield. And I had great times in a car.
I just parked my car in a cornfield, and my buddy's the one that got laid in the back seat. Not me. It's just my car.
And you were there?
It was my car. I didn't loan my car out. I would drive you, but I'm loaning my car.
I had sex in my buddy Ruby's car. I hooked up with this girl, and I was in the back seat with her in his car, and we start going at it. And then I remember the girl screaming at him, going, "Turn around, Ruby, you fucking pervert! Stop watching us! Stop watching us!" Because, but I didn't care. I was pretty inebriated and just having sex with this girl in the back of Ruby's car, and then, but I remember her yelling at him. But that's what you were doing. You were driving.
Well, yeah.
Pervert. Watching in the rearview mirror.
What?
Mm-hmm.
He was that.
Well, I couldn't say anything because Carol would get on Jeff. I don't like to see with her bare back. And I couldn't, back of her butt. So I really couldn't, because he was a big guy, so he had to sit in the seat while she climbed up on top of him.
Mm.
I could hear him. And well, he must have had a big one because man, oh, Jeff, and he was tearing her up. That's for sure.
Well, there you go. You never got any of that yourself, though.
No, I just said.
I think the last time for me was in college. I can't. No, I can't.
Craziest place I ever had sex was the bathroom floor.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, when I was living in Corpus. When I was living with Joel, this one time I hooked up with this girl we knew, and we had sex in her car, and that was right outside my apartment. So that would have been the last time. But it was a buddy of mine's sister.
I'd have to retract that. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why I didn't invite her into the house, because I didn't want Joel. And I think her brother was inside the house. So I had sex with the girl in her car outside our house. So
I had sex with Aunt Carolyn in the back of my truck.
There you go.
Was it?
Hey,
It was in the bed. It was in the bed. But it was in the bed, so we were laying down. So we had a blanket and everything.
So you did have sex in a car.
Yeah, but it was just like doing it in a bed. But
Well, there you go.
I wasn't. It was good. I wasn't.
Good old Aunt Carolyn. She knew how to
Aunt Carolyn.
She knew how to give a good ride. Yeah. Yep. That was probably the last time I had sex with her in a car, was outside my apartment in Texas. But as an adult, I've never had sex with my wife in a car. You know what I mean? Thank God. Thank God we grow out of that stage of our life. But Steve's ready to have sex in his car at the Riverside Park whenever it happens.
He's just ready to have sex, period. Whether it happens in a car, a laundry room, a couch.
You're ready to have sex in the laundry room, huh?
It happens, and I wouldn't be surprised if Debbie gets stuck in the dryer. I mean, you've been over before. Like, oh God, damn!
If it happens, it happens. That's all, Steve.
Exactly.
Huh. Dan says he doesn't remember when the last time he had sex in a car was, but he can definitely tell you when the next time's going to be. All right.
Oh, Lord. Steve, don't be creeping by.
I got to tell you,
Do you guys do the hamster thing? Do you have a car with a sunroof?
No, we don't have a sunroof.
Oh,
my wife is.
What are you doing after the show?
Apparently.
My wife is very, like I said, well, why don't we have sex here? And she goes, what? No. She goes, let's have sex in the bed. Let's have sex in the kitchen. My wife would say, God, no, we have a bed. We don't have sex in the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
No, but she makes sense. Are you kidding? Absolutely.
Well, I'm comfortable with it, yeah.
Be adventurous. The mood strikes wherever you're at.
No, it's not adventurous to have sex in the kitchen. When there's a bed, why would you want to have sex anywhere else?
Heat of the moment, right then and there. You gotta have it.
No, I'll just walk down the hall to the bedroom and it'd be great. I mean, I have sex in the bed. That's the best thing about having a house. And
we've had sex in just about every room in this house.
No, my wife. Yeah, I don't need to know where you guys.
I'm sharing.
Well, no, I know my wife. She'd be like, well, no, let's go to the bed. Have it on the bed. Yeah. You're not going to have sex at other places.
I wouldn't be having sex on their patio because I'm telling you what, there's a fucking tree over there that attracts them fucking bugs, them big spiders, because somebody fucking tried. I had a web that night at the party. Was thrown right to my fucking head. And I don't know who it was. There's a spider crawling right at me. And they knocked it down. If that motherfucker would have got to me, I would have moved. That's for damn sure. I probably would have fell. They've been calling the Athens Fire Department. Come get me up.
Good.
Except they never be able to fucking find it because we'd have to send smoke signals. Where's that? Oh!
Oh my God.
Well, I just looked at the time. We should probably wrap it up. I cannot believe we've been going for 2.5 hours. We've learned nothing. We have learned nothing. 2.5 hours of nothingness. All right. By the way, catch our second show tonight, starting at 6 o'clock. And Christina, I'll keep you notified of what's going on with.
Oh yeah, you do that.
I
don't fucking need notified.
What is it? Of course,
I'm not part of
why would I tell you? You want me to text you? Are you the one?
Can you start the show, Steve?
I'm busy setting up a fucking TV.
Yeah. Let me text Christina because she has admin duties, and I'd rather not text you.
Yes, I can start the show. You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play a fucking MLB game and see how many more games I can fucking lose.
By the way, I started simming games in our No Drama League, so you've got a bunch more wins. So the sim has already started, getting closer to playoffs. All right, let me wrap it up. We'll talk to you guys tonight at 6 o'clock. Subscribers only. Go to morningdisaster.net and buy a subscription, and make sure to check out the show this evening. Then we have subscriber shows tomorrow and Saturday. And then we'll be back with more free shows next Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for checking us out. And we'll see you. If you guys are free viewers, we'll see you next week. If you're a subscriber, we'll see you tonight and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And